Hello everyone and welcome to the first devlog for Infima Games Low Poly Shooter Pack. I'm
Hello.
Octavian. I'm lead
And
programmer of this.
I'm David. I'm the animator slash art person, I guess. I do.
Slash the person who sets up all the values most of the time and
True. Like
spends time doing weird
I
things.
just type in numbers. Pretty much. That's pretty much all I do.
That's his job. If anyone needs to know.
Super
My
interesting
job
stuff.
mostly consists of breaking those numbers. I just break them so you can set them up again. That's mostly what we do.
Yeah.
That's the dynamic. Alright.
I think that was a pretty weird intro, but
That was the weirdest intro, but we'll keep it. We'll just improve it next time, alright?
Yeah.
Alright, so we said we talk about the initial release, and the issues we had with it. So we ended up releasing, I guess, last August, the 5th of August, so like around a month ago. Right about a month ago from the time we're recording this.
Right.
We had a few issues with it, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
A few
a few hiccups, I guess.
A few hiccups and bad decisions that kind of
nicely.
Kind of didn't go that well. One of them, I guess, is for everyone that doesn't know, we actually released at a price tag of $200, which turned out to be a bit steep.
Yeah. So the pack used to be 150 at first, and then for some reason we thought we should increase the price.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I guess we kind of thought it would make sense because we added like so much, and it was like a pretty major update,
Yeah, we did get like really excited. Especially I got like really excited about the fact that we added so many things, and it just kind of like seemed logical to increase the price. But I guess we ended up realizing it a little bit that if we priced it a little lower, then maybe more of you could get the pack and actually do things with it.
True. Yeah. So it should be all good from now, I guess. We're not gonna like mess with the price too much, I don't think. It's
yeah.
Hopefully we're gonna keep it like it is for now for a long time. So.
Yeah, there's no plans to change it or modify it at this point.
Yeah.
We don't really have any like updates from here on are just gonna be free at this price for everyone that has it, and everyone that doesn't, it's $80. You can get it on the marketplace. Link in the description, boys.
Go check it out. No rush.
Go in, click on it, just click a purchase. That'd be cool. Nah, but yeah. So we kind of just promoting a little bit, boys. Yeah. So we're currently, for anyone that doesn't know, we're actually, the version we're showing is 3.0. It's actually the next version. It's totally not the version that's on the store. So any like issues or weird things that you see are not in the store version. Right. This is totally a work in progress testing version that we're working on, and we'll sort of show the new features as we go. But for now, we're just sort of playing it and talking. But yeah, just to make that sort of clear. The next part we really wanted to talk about, I guess, is the mannequin rig. A lot of people have been asking for this.
Oh, right.
So everyone wanted to know.
I mean, that's pretty much what I've been working on this like past few weeks, I guess. It's just retargeting all the animations, or like not. It's more like converting them, I guess. It's like a whole. It's a pretty messy Blender setup I have, but it works, so that's a good thing, right? And
it is.
Yeah, and we have all these. Where are they? Here, characters.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit messy right now. I think it's
yeah, ignore the folders. Right, so we have a mannequin folder for now.
A lot of issues in that regard.
Yeah, but we do have all the animations using the Unreal skeleton or the Epic skeleton.
Yeah, certainly everything is rigged for the mannequin now. You can use it with really any character meshes that are rigged to the mannequin.
Yeah, and we've been testing with all kinds of meshes we found on the store, so it should be all good.
Do we have any of them in the project now? I don't think we do.
We don't. No. I think that's one of the most requested features, honestly, like the mannequin rig. So.
Yeah, I believe anyone that was sort of like most of the comments we get are really just about the mannequin.
Yeah, I mean pretty much. And
it just not being there. So now I hope everyone that commented about it or asked about it, hope everyone's happy about this, because we did put a lot of effort into this. It has taken a while.
Yeah, like we've been kind of experimenting for a long time with this, and you know, I guess now we finally figured out like a good way to do it and set it up. So
right. To clarify, we did kind of know how to do it from the start. The issue is we already built the animations in a different
right. It's
rig.
well, it's more like we had like a different setup at first, and like the old animations were made using a different rig, which is why it's so hard to like just, you can't just like convert them straight up. You need to like, it's a whole process, you know. You need to. It's a pretty weird setup.
Certainly that was the main issue with it. It wasn't that we sort of like, it wouldn't have taken that long if we already sort of made them like that initially, but they were completely different.
Yeah, because I mean initially like way back, this pack was made for Unity, so it's like a, and that was like a few years ago. That's right. And these are actually,
we'll pull up like a Unity thing.
Yeah,
I'll post.
Yeah, I'll edit in like cool Unity. Yeah. Yeah, but it was actually made for Unity, and which is why some of the animations were not like made for the Epic Skeleton.
Right, like a lot of the things you might have noticed that are functionality issues that a lot of you have complained about, like the fact that the weapons were sort of static meshes, and you couldn't do the inventory thing, and you had to do like all these blueprints, and we didn't have like the switching. A lot of these were actually relating to the fact that the initial version was a Unity version.
Yeah.
And it just seemed it made a lot more sense in Unity than it does here. Though this sense does make more like general, this setup does make a lot more general sense.
You kind of need to build it from scratch, like for Unreal, and that's kind of what we had to do. We had to like remake a lot of stuff, you know.
We had to reinvent ourselves a little bit with this pack.
Dude, pretty much like. I've learned so much about the rig and all that, so it's crazy.
And we actually went through a lot of like iterations of both the mannequin and also like just the general asset, because we've been working on this for a year now, like a year total since we got together, and we're like, let's do this. Let's get this pack done. Let's make this asset really good. Let's try to give the people the best asset possible. That's kind of been a long time, and a lot of weird and also nice looking versions. That's right. Let's show that. Right. So this update actually includes inventory of sorts. We don't really have like a UI for it.
Let's talk about that. Yeah.
But there is an inventory, so that is another step towards making the asset what everyone has been sort of asking about. Like everyone's sort of wanted the mannequin and this like one blueprint that you can just edit everything in. So that's what we got. It's one character.
So now, there's one character blueprint. That's it. And there's an inventory. I can show it here.
It's at the bottom. Currently, like, again, for everyone that's watching this, everything is very messy right now. This is very much a in development.
Yeah, it's a bit of a work in progress, but.
So the code is very, very messy currently, so just ignore for the moment. But yeah, as you can see, we sort of have like an inventory, and you can just slap all the weapons you can have in there, and you can swap between them. If you can show it, David. And
I mean, currently we have like all the weapons assigned, so 18 weapons in the inventory.
Yeah.
But if you want to add a new one, you can just plop it in there, boop, and then you can go wep, and then underscore. Let's add like a handgun, for example. We can use this one, and
yeah.
And now we have it. You know, 8.
Right.
It's a bit too much for like one inventory, I guess, but you know, it works, right?
Right. That said, to clarify for anyone that wants to know, the reason why a lot of like things showed up when you opened the drop down for that is because the inventory only takes actors. It's not limited to our weapon blueprints. So you can spawn anything that you may have wanted to have in an inventory. And you can add it's called like a weapon interface, and you can implement your own weapon functionality. That's another step that we've sort of taken towards making it more generic. And it is something that...
Can I spawn like a helmet?
You can, yeah.
Wait, really? let me try that.
You can. It's not going to have any like weapon functionality, but it is fun, and it is going to work.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the helmet.
What a disappointment. Oh.
That was a bit disappointing, perhaps, but it did spawn a helmet.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, it is spawned. I think.
It's spawned. It's just not.
Oh, it's because it's.
I guess we can talk a little bit about the whole weapon preset setup.
Right. So here, just to clarify for anyone what we're going to show here is very, very experimental, and although it is likely to be in the next version, it's certainly not going to look like it does now.
So let's try and like set up a cool thing for the AR1 here, you know, like a cool preset.
Yeah.
So all right, so we get the skin.
Yep.
And let's say I don't want the default one. I don't like that, you know.
Swap it to.
Which one's cool? Like I think Hitman's pretty cool. There we go.
Okay. All right.
And the muzzle.
And now we have access to all the attachment settings. These are just meshes.
So here we have all the settings for. So let's swap out the muzzle. Let's go like silencer 2. That's really cool.
Okay.
All right. And I want.
Swap out the scope 2.
You know, I want like a scope 5. You know, one of those.
Okay. Yep. That sounds good.
Wait. No. Scope 3.
All right. A scope 3.
All right, and a laser.
Put a laser on it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, laser. You know, why not?
Put a.
And
we can put a cool grip on it too.
What do you think? Bipod?
We don't. Yeah, sure. We can go for a bipod. So yeah, so if we go back to the weapon now, and we compile the blueprint.
Switch it to assault
right.
rifle
You
1.
need to make sure that the preset is assigned. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So now this is exactly the combination.
So you can barely see it, I guess. There you go.
It is, yeah. It's very. If you can swap out the skin to a different one so we can see it better, like a lava skin or something that is something that pops a lot.
This one, for example.
Yeah, I think this showcases super well how easy it is to swap these out.
Yeah, now you can see it a bit better.
And just to show this, could you pick another weapon and assign the same preset so we can see?
Sure. Let's go with like the sniper 1, for example.
Yeah, let's go with the sniper 1.
And currently it looks like this because it's like the default. Well,
it's like using the default
AR
skin.
It's like the current default one. So if you go to presets and then go AR1.
There you go. You can see that this is exactly the same skin attachment combination that we had before on the assault rifle 1. So if you can sort of swap to the AR1 and swap back here so we can see it. Yeah, there you go. That's how that looks on two different weapons.
Yeah, so same setup, different weapon, I guess.
Yeah, so these are
and it's super easy to fix it or swap it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very simple. You can add as many of these as you want. They all are very easy to swap around. They all work on every single weapon. There's no issue with that. These are in our weapon blueprint, so if you decide to make your custom weapon blueprints, you are not going to have access to this. But that's just part of the, I guess, part of the game development process here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how the preset system works, and I guess we should show that you can also the presets.
The presets.
We are kind of a bit all over the place.
Yeah.
First Devlog.
There's no structure. We're just kind of winging it, I guess. Whatever.
We'll improve it. So we actually added a automatic aim offset system. So now the scopes are always aimed at the center of the screen. So if you can aim, So these are automatic. Before they were manual. Now maybe a lot of people may not know that they were manual because we set them up before we released. But it was a bit of a pain point for us to constantly be setting up each scope for each individual weapon. So we ended up with around, I'm not sure how many, but it was I think more than 100 different aim offsets for.
Yeah, it was like what 8 scopes per weapon or something.
Yeah, it was.
So there's a lot of settings and. Yeah, it was pretty horrible to set it up every time. So.
Right, and I actually broke them a lot of times, so David did have to set them up.
Yeah.
At least 3 times, and then I set them up once too. So it seemed a bit unnecessary to have this whole thing. So we ended up with this automatic aim offset system, which, just to clarify, does not move the camera to the scope, which would have been the easy way to do it, but with our setup, it's not a good idea. So it moves the weapon. It looks exactly the same as before, but it automatically centers everything. And this will work with the iron sights too, which it did not before. And you will be able to use any iron sights on any weapon. Granted, I don't think we can showcase that right now, but
no, probably not.
No,
but this is still cool. It's I mean, it's very useful. It might not like be visually impressive because it looks the same as before, but it's super useful, you know.
It is, and it makes sure to match every single scope. For instance, if we pick a scope 5 on every weapon right now, before we had a bit of an issue where different weapons would be at different distances from the camera when aiming, so the scopes would look super different, like the fade would look a lot different, and we had a lot of issues with that. But now it's actually solved because every scope is mostly around the same distance from the camera. So now you can standardize the fade, and you can see that all scopes look the same, which is what we kind of wanted. Though you can still, if you wanted to, make them unique for a specific weapon. And there's one more thing that we really want to show, because a lot of you have been asking about it, and I think it's very, very cool to showcase it. So we have a little bit of functioning networking. Now, I'm not guaranteeing to anyone, just to make clear.
That's a good
we are not
you know?
saying, just a disclaimer. We are not saying that it is completely networked, nor does it work perfectly on network.
It's not. No.
But most things are now blueprint, and it also does not crash when networking. So for anyone that wanted to work on the networking part in their own games, you totally can network this asset. So as you can see, the rotation works here. We do have some issues with weird rotations from the server and a lot of things like that, but we will solve some of them. And for instance, some things are already synced, like grenades. They're mostly synced, and they will be completely synced by release. So will be the rotation, which we have some oddness with right now. But there are a lot of things that will not be networked yet, mainly because we don't have time yet for this release, but we do want to totally do it. But yeah, there you go. For everyone that wanted to know, it is possible now totally to network it, and it is kind of working. That's right. Yeah, this is like the current
insane spinning.
We talked about the initial release we had. We had some issues with the pricing. We had some issues with the asset being a plugin, which a lot of you told us it was not the way to go. So we changed the pricing. We changed the assets category. We switched everything or everything that we've been able to up until now to blueprint. We are working on the mannequin rig. It is halfway done. For anyone that wanted to know. We do have the third-person animations left, which will take a little bit, and we have some more things to do.
It's going to be probably like 2 weeks or so, and then we're going to have to like implement them too, so that's going to take a while.
Right. So we showcase the weapon customization system, the new weapon blueprints, and the
brand new
system. Preset system.
Very cool, very cool.
The presets, we showed all that. You can do these weird combinations. We showed the weapon switching, which is really cool and pretty exciting. It will work with proper pickups on the showcases. No more fading for anyone that asked about that. No more
instant switching. It's like
switching.
Next gen, next gen.
There's also only one animation blueprint. I don't think I mentioned that before.
Oh right.
One animation.
But I can show that also.
It's in the core characters. Right. So that's our one animation blueprint.
One blueprint and one animation blueprint.
So yeah, that is pretty nice. Right, and then the last point we sort of went through is the networking, and we've sort of made sure that there's no crashes and that you can play it in network mode from Unreal. And we're working on it continuously, and it will be better as we do so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first devlog then. I guess everyone enjoyed it. I hope. Leave us a like, man. This YouTuber business is very awkward.
Yeah.
Leave us a like and I guess share the video. Is that a thing anymore?
I guess I do think that's a thing. Sharing videos. Post it on your Facebook timeline.
That's right. Do post it on your Facebook timeline.
If you want to sound like an old man. Yeah. Way of doing it.
And then leave a comment, just sort of telling us what you think about this new update. Telling us what you think about what we talked about, all the decisions and all the cool things that we're doing. We will be doing more of these, as we said before. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, we don't really have like a schedule at all. I guess we'll just, like as soon as we have cool stuff to show, we'll make another one. I guess. Yeah. For now, I mean, in the future probably there's gonna be some schedule.
Yeah. Well, all right, that's it.
Yep, that's it, folks.
That's it.
That's it. All right.
End of recording.
Goodbye, live stream.
First time devlog, boys. All right, we're trying our best.